and will collect defaulted federal student loan debt by withholding money from borrowers, tax refunds.
Of course they would come after the little people, because the PPP loans that were forgiven for many Republicans, of course, and numerous corporations in conjunction with federal subsidies that go collectively into the trillions, that is not worth the discussion. We're rather gonna come after the defenseless 60% of Americans who are working paycheck to paycheck, barely making financial ends meet, and now you want to take their income tax return and then potentially on top of it 15% of their wages, because you can't do that. And there is no defense because the little people don't have a defense, whereas the big ones can discharge into bankruptcy as many things as they want. Repeatedly, just look at the criminal in chief, whereas the little person cannot discharge, at least not easily, their student loans. So when we are being told that we don't make enough money in a blue-collar job, that we should go to college, and then when we go to college and we can't find a job that adequately pays so that we can pay back our student loans, we are being told that we should get a blue-collar job because that's where the money is. The casualties of this, which is going to confront 5 million Americans in their first line of attack, are going to be relatively unprecedented. And with that, we're going to be at a pretty massive impasse. And I suspect that once millions of people are going to not be able to make financial ends meet and potentially lose, well, up to and including their housing, we might get closer to a mutiny. Now, in the first level of defense, I would say we're just going to not file our income tax return. They can just go fuck themselves. And then we hopefully come to the conclusion that generalized financial noncompliance is going to be our strongest defense against the greed capitalistic vultures that sit in DC or have influence in DC. At the end of the day, it's going to be casualties. Whether those casualties are going to be dripping in blood or if they're just going to be greenbacks, well, who knows, remains to be seen. However, I'm slowly but surely coming to the conclusion that the entire regime needs to be wiped out, no matter how.